This is Paint. This is a program everyone and their mother will have. So when you have your random face, let's get a face up here with an ear going on in a 3D view. You got your eyeball and a fun little smile and a nose. Yeah? This is a little bit too far back for an ear. There we go. Transition is cool. Yeah! That was an upgrade I did. I was like, you know what? We're in this streaming thing for the long game. We may as well get a professional looking transition. Okay, we need the back of the skull, because what were we using before? Ah, brush. So, this is what generally a head looks like from a 3/4 view, because if I do a good job on the hair, thank you so much. Okay, so we're going to do this in another layer. And we'll do it in another color. So, basically, your hair starts at about this point. And then, your friend, this is the general area that your hair covers. All through here. Okay? So, do we have a... Okay, we don't have... So, we apparently don't have a... Wait, no, that... Me trying to figure out how, yes, a head. Well, the thing is, if we're breaking down a head, you have a circle for the area that your brain lives in, and then you have your jaw area that comes through here, which you can break down into another circle, and then you do a fancy line connecting through here, and then you work out where your nose is, and then if we turn that off, that gives your face, and if you practice that enough, you get it organized in your brain. So, I hope that's helpful. So, anyway, back to here. So, when you have, turn this on and pick another color, is there a way no, okay, we can't actually do stuff with that. Okay, so when you have your hairline, usually people have an area for fringe. So if you're a woman and you go to a hairdressing salon and they like take a chunk of your hair and they're like, okay, we're sectioning this out and we're sectioning this out. You know how they get out all those clippers, all those clips, and they pin things out? That's basically what we're doing. And then we go ahead and we go, okay, this chunk is going to be fringe. Now, it looks bad right now, but that's okay. We're basically taking really big shapes and we're saying this is going to be the shape. So it's going to be big shape, 3 big shapes. We want triangle, triangle, squarish shape. That's okay. Because from triangle, triangle, squarish shape, we're going to go in. How do we zoom in on this program? It's okay. It's on stream. The stream is recorded. Now let's grab another color. We're going to... Ah! This is the wrong color to actually use to see. We need another strong color. Do not use this color with that. Okay, we'll go with the gray. So, now, because this is above the hairline, we're going to start separating things. Now, you know that hair is it is not just a triangle. Personally speaking, I like to have my hair going ahead and being stylized. So, we're going to go ahead and just add some lines like this. And this starts giving us our look. And we're also going to start adding just little tiny triangles for flyaway here. So if we look at that, see, we're starting to get that shape where it's just tucking around. We're still keeping the triangle look. So if we bring that back, see? Then over here, we're also going to go ahead and keep with the triangle shape. And we're going to add an oval so that it looks like the hair is parting a little bit. But since we can't have a lump here, we're going to tuck it in. Now this is basically the most boring way to do this. And as you get used to it, you're going to be able to go ahead and take shortcuts. So that way, we can have a fringe. Look at that. We've taken 2 triangles and turned them into a fringe. Does that make sense? Yeah? That makes sense? Yeah? It makes sense? Awesome. So, from here, we have the situation where we have the square. So the thing is, we usually have a part line in long hair. So we follow the nose and we go up for a middle part, because since we got this boring part through here, we're going for a very boring hair. We want boring hair on this person. This person is obviously very boring with a face like this. If the part, usually with women, if they've got like, if they have their hair over like this, they'll usually have their hair on the side, like that. So their fringe follows their part. It's very rare that they don't. I don't know why. It's probably something that I missed having short hair with. Like, my hair just goes poof. My hair's just like, yeah. Smile. Like, that's what my hair does. But it's fine. It's fine. We don't need to worry about that. Anywho, so with hair like this, now we need to start breaking this up into new shapes. So we're going to add a triangle that goes in front of the shoulder, because looking at this, the shoulder would be coming across about here at the side. So we're going to start adding more triangles, maybe a square coming off. Maybe they've got super straight here, so we could add a square. And this is going to stretch up, because here is lots and lots of spaghetti strands. They're tiny, tiny spaghetti strands. So they don't come from nowhere. And maybe these bits come in front. And so this makes sure that these fringe bits, there we go, are tucked in. There we go. So we have the ear poking out. And therefore these bits in the square come back. And if the hair is really thick, it might bunch up like this. And then you can put a bunch of lines. So there we go. I keep trying to press my movement button. I'm so used to Clip Studio Paint. So there we go. That gives us some really simple hair. You can also, step 1, head. Yeah. And then you can go ahead and add some lines up here that show that it moves. We can look at making a head another day if you guys want. There we go. And, oh. I forgot about this part. Up here, nobody's hair on top of the head. If you look at my hair, you see how my hair has a bit of a poof to it, and it bounces in a bit of a W shape or an M shape. We do the same thing. We make sure that this hair goes and does the bouncy thing. And it makes sure that the person looks good. Do we have any questions? Sacrifice a piece of candy to the Eldritch deities. The Eldritch deities will be pleased with this candy. No questions yet? Okay, we are moving on to coloring. So generally, the areas for highlighting tend to be, we're going to do these in thick red lines, tend to be, if you're not looking at specific lighting, like, and you're not, like, looking for realism. I'm assuming you're not looking for realism and you're just looking for a generalized look. If you're looking for realism, take a picture, study where the lights are. But generally, it's like a bit like sort of around in this sort of area to catch, to help shape the head. Or something like this. And that generally gives you the idea on how the head is shaping to that point. But when it comes to shading or lighting, my opinion is try lots of things, fit it in with what's going on. Because the individual situation is more important than following anything rote. So, other hairstyles. Again, it comes back to where hair is placed. If you're dealing with a dude, because with female hairstyles, you can do things like adding a ponytail, and ponytails are fun because you're like, yeah. Congratulations, you add a sausage on the end. And then you add your triangles, and things get fun from there. You learn. Well, the thing is, with art classes, there's like 30 students in one room. When it's a single person with a single person, then it's very different. It's a very different situation. So when you're dealing with like a side fringe, so we'll get our hairline back in place. And like, I was never a natural talent at art. So we'll do a side fringe. So what do you think we would do with this? Yeah? What do you think we'd do with this? So if this is the result on the face, where do you think we'd go? Yeah? In the square hole? We have no square hole! Okay, I'll give you a few options. Do you think you weren't ready for questions? Well, the thing is, if you have questions and there are no wrong answers, it's okay. Because basically, follow the fringe line? Yes. Okay, so do we want to add some more volume? Do we want to add something over here? Do we want to cut things into it? Or all of the above? Do we want to reshape it completely because it doesn't fit the face? Okay, second first. Okay, so we're going to cut some shapes into it. Like this, okay. let's get some shapes going. Make it look a little different. There we go. Got banned. Welcome back, Banana. We are looking at something. Okay. Then third second, which would be over here. So we're going for a bit of a rough cut. But see how these are still triangle? We are doing a sidetrack on how to draw here. And then first, which is up here. And what we're doing is we're adding some volume. And we're giving it a bit of just a bit of oomph. And it's very, very anime. So if you're interested in drawing here, then... Yeah, here usually does have a lot of triangles. And what you can do is you can add a few of these if you're, if you just lines. It doesn't look very good in paint, but if you're using like a real art program, then I recommend. Okay, so back into the hair. We're gonna give this person a really silly haircut. We're gonna make them a Super Saiyan. How do you think we'll go about it? The only hair you know how to draw is bald. Bald is always good as an option. Like, if you can manage a good bald head, I am impressed. Mine usually ends up with a few lumps and bumps.